Application of normal distribution in the life of the student.
Normal distribution is relevant in our daily lives.
In different tasks we do in a day, we apply normal distribution.
But first, let us define what is normal distribution. Normal distribution is also known as Gaussian distribution.
It is the probability distribution that is systematic about the mean, showing that the data near the mean are more frequent in occurrence than data far from the mean.
The following individual videos will help us understand how we use it in our daily routine.
Punctuality shows that you value other people's time as much as your own. It is important to find a balance and set aside appropriate time, especially when you are students. Having a morning class can be difficult for students who are not early bird or who are unable to wake up early to complete their daily routines before attending school. So as students, we must schedule our time. I have 7:30 a.m. class, so I need to get up at 5:30 a.m., arrange my bed for 10 minutes, eat for 30 minutes, and then take 40 minutes bath. After a bath, I have around 20 minutes to fix myself, and it takes 30 minutes to get from my house to the school. Since I may not have enough time to prevent being late, I can use normal distribution to see the things that I spend a lot of time on. In this scenario, I can easily fix the period of time I spend in a situation. As a conclusion, I see that I need to minimize the amount of time I spend bathing in order to arrive at school on time.
Apart from determining the amount of time you should spend preparing for school, the notion of normal distribution is also useful for predicting the average amount of time you will spend traveling or transporting from your home to school. For instance, the average time it takes me to commute from my house to school is approximately 15 minutes, with a standard deviation of 3.5, assuming they are normally distributed. What is my probability of arriving at school in less than 10 minutes tomorrow? Thus, utilizing the graph and calculating the z-score, I obtained the 1.43 or 7.64% probability that I will commute to school in less than 10 minutes.
For me, one of the significant use of normal distribution is that it allows me to evaluate my grade and my class standing. For example, in our math exam, the mean score is 45 and the standard deviation is 6. Assuming that our scores are normally distributed, if my score is 53, will I be part of the top 10% of our class? Given the said data, the actual score is 53, the standard deviation is 6, and the mean score is 45. We will use the formula z is equals to actual score minus mean all over standard deviation. Z is equals to 53 minus 45 all over 6. Our scores will be 1.33. We will use the z-score table. The 1.3 and the 0.03. The score will be 90.82. So, we can conclude that my score will be included in the top 10% of our class.
As a student, applying normal distribution is important in my daily life, especially in monitoring my class standing. Being competitive by nature, grades are very important to me, and it would be helpful for me to determine on what subject I need to pay attention in order to maintain my class standing. Like for example, my grades in mathematics and science are 90%. My grades in mathematics made me qualify in the top 10% of our class but only fell in top 15% in science. So applying normal distribution, I have identified that I need to have higher grade in science to land me a spot in the top 10% to keep up with my class standing.
A lot of our real-life experience could be explained by normal distribution. Like for example, my lunch break. My lunch break is from 12 noon to 1 p.m. I have a total of 60 minutes to consume. I usually spend 20 minutes to eat and drink. and another 20 minutes to prepare myself. Taking a nap is very important to keep me productive. I allot the remaining 20 minutes for napping. But what if I overslept or eat longer than the allotted time? This will definitely affect my attendance as may I come in late in my afternoon class. Hence, application of normal distribution is very important to keep track the activities during break and make sure that the rest of the schedule will be attended accordingly.